There are several names that are synonymous with the Playhouse, I think, but certainly one of them is Elaine Jabenis.
What I've learned about the Playhouse is that you have to grow with it. It's a place for you to find some answers for yourself. There's nothing like theater to help you get a picture of what life is like for other people.
She lived across the street from the old Playhouse of 40th and Davenport.
And I looked out the window and I said to my husband, their cars are lining up at the Playhouse across the street. I wonder what's going on.
Her husband says, why don't you go check it out? And she sits in the back and they're having auditions for Father of the Bride.
The director walked back there and handed me a book. And he said, turn to page 5. And I said, well, I'm just here to watch. He says, well, we're here to listen. So you turn to page 5.
And she got up and read and thought, well, that was fun, and went home. And the next day he called her and she got the role.
And that was so exciting. So I went ahead and did it. That was my first show, Father of the Bride. And I just loved every minute of it. I was hooked.
I think she's a pioneer, and I think she's courageous. And I'm always delighted when I get to spend time with her.
I was trying to think what was the first show I ever saw her in. I think it was probably Sweet Bird of Youth, the Tennessee Williams play on the main stage. And she was wonderful. She was incredible.
I always knew that when I stepped out there, Elaine Jabenis did not exist. But the only one that existed was the character that was on the stage. And that was not a character, that was a real person.
I remember thinking, gee, this gal is really good. I want to be on stage with her. So it wasn't until many years later that I actually got the chance to be on stage.
The first thing I saw her in was The Lion in Winter with Bill Hudson. She was Eleanor of Aquitaine. And that was a beautiful production.
He is a remarkable actor. He played the king and I played the queen. And he had a beard on and everything. And one night I was really tempted to pull on that beard, but I decided not to do that.
I remember just being inspired by her and feeling like, wow, maybe I've got a lot to learn here because she had done so much.
I saw her in Driving Miss Daisy, with John Beasley. She just pulled you into that role, which is what makes me talk about the authenticity of performing and how I believe that she's sort of the epitome of that, because she was that character.
We were family, so to speak, and we were so close together, and we depended on each other. And that's what made a good show.
Elaine would call me sometimes if I was like in the paper or if there was something, and she'd always call me and say, you're such a star. I read this or I saw that, and you just keep doing it, you just keep doing it.
I just know how much the Playhouse means to her. I mean, she's always there for every show in the front row.
I think the Omaha Community Playhouse is the greatest gift. There's always something for all of us. And it's like family. Oh, no, it's been a blessing, kids. It really is. You learn so much, you just give so much, but it's a good place to be. It's really a good place to be.